anglers, welcome to the 5th round, so the last but one round at the Sedges Silver League. I'm here today after having a week at Stafford Moor. I've only had like half a day to sort bits and bobs out and sort all the other stuff out from coming back from Stafford Moor, so I've really not got, I'm not very organised. I'm guaranteed to draw on tile today, which is the better of the two lakes, and the weather's looking lovely. As you can see from the light levels, I'm just sitting back of my van here and it's lovely and light. It's going to be lovely. It was a bit frosty morning, but hopefully we'll catch a few. I've got some meat with me today, so I'm going to be taking a bit of a gamble. Hopefully the meat will work and we can catch some of them better skimmers. It's a bit of a risk, but I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. I've still got my other approaches that have been working for me. But if the meat goes, that'll be a nice little edge. That's it really. I've probably got rigs to set up because I've not probably got the right rigs anymore, because I sort of butchered a lot of them around while I was at Stafford Moor, so and I've not had time to sort anything out. So I've had 3 seconds and a first, which sounds good, but in 3-man sections it's not good. There's lots of people with 3 firsts. Nobody's got 4 firsts. So if I can get another 2 firsts, I'll have 3 firsts. And a couple of seconds because you get to drop one, which means I've only have 2 points dropped really, which can't be that bad. Can't be that far away. So that's my plan, to win my next 2 sections. If I don't win my next 2 sections, it's over for an overall point of view. So let's see how we get on today. Right guys, it's all in's just sounded. I'm going to put in 6 or 7 pieces of meat. Small pieces, because not many people do this with 6 mil, but I'm doing it with 4 mil today because I'm trying to target silvers only. Meat's floating there, so just tap it down. There we are. Right. And we're going out at 13. We're going to put in 3 of them. Right. That's Tom Thick's Intelligence, the green version, which I've not tried before, but I do like a green ground bait. We had some left over from the festival at Stafford, so brought some back with me. Give it a try. I'm going to put 4 balls of that in probably. Laced with a little bit of cast. Normally I put the casters in loose, but in this depth of water at Sedges, you know, it's 8 or 9 feet deep out there, and I don't want to have the bait drifting off too far away from where I'm fishing. I want to make sure it gets down to the deck. I've got, nothing stepping on the way down, so I know it's down there. And then we're going to start short on that meat line. Now also, I've got a rig set up to fish past this. My normal rig, the rig that I can fish on the 30 metre line with, I can fish past because it's the same depth, but I've got a pellet rig set up as well, so that we can fish the pellet just past the things we need to. But that's quite negative, and I feel like the weather's to take a turn. Good weight came off here in a week, so we've got to try and be positive. We need a match. We need a match when we don't need a match when we need a section win, so we can't be negative. We're not on the best peg in the section. Speaking to the guys around, they're all like, oh, I'd rather be to your left. So there's not much I can do about that. And then I've also got a feeder chuck tied up to that island, which I'll put a little method feeder with ground bait and a pinky on if we need to. They're the tactics that I've got in my mind, and it's just a case of working out what's going to work. A lot of people will probably chuck the tip out as a start point, or the waggler. I'm going to fish short as a start point. I'm going to give it 15 minutes. And every 5 minutes or so I'm just going to tap in a few more bits of meat. I'm just hoping, I might get caught doing this, and I probably will get caught doing this, but that might not be a bad thing, because those carp feed with the better skimmers. So the plan is to catch the better skimmers in amongst the carp. My fish can quite light, so if I do up the carp, I'll almost certainly lose them. That doesn't concern me at all, because they don't count, so there's no point worrying about that. bring it out past. It's a slope here where I'm fishing. I'm going to have to shorten the lash on this because I'm not happy with the amount of control I've got over it. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to kinder pot in. I'm going to kinder pot it. I'm already not happy about the accuracy, so I'm going to kinder pot. I'm going to shorten that a bit like that. I'm not going to have to worry about wind. I've got a lot of control over this top kit today because it's just a top kit and one, so no point worrying about it too much. This tiny little lash and get it right under the pole tip where I've plumbed it. Straight away. Oh my goodness. Got here. I'm done here. I'm sure if I can land in that one. A total tit. Setting a landing net up on the hop. A lovely bream on here. I ain't got my landing net set up. Be careful here that I don't do something crazy. There you are, live on camera. Totally forgot to set up my landing net. He's not foul hooked, he's just wrapped around, I think. Just wrapped around, there we are. Shortest landing net in the world, but we got him in. How did I get away with that? Is he wrapped? So. Right guys, we're just over an hour now and 5 minutes. I had two of them bream short that you saw me catching. The second one wasn't quite as big, so I'd say I've probably got about £4, maybe £5, depending on how heavy they go. So £4.5 maybe, about more accurate. We ain't doing too bad in this section. I've seen one guy have a couple of smaller skimmers, and that's about it at the moment. It's fishing quite hard, so I've gone out on the tip just to give the ground bait line a bit more time to rest. All I've had is so far is one carp. This is my last pot on it now. If I don't catch a silver on it on this go, which I'm going to give it one more minute, then I'm going to come onto the pole line. So I thought, let's just drop back. Drop back there. Let's just move that probably down the slope or whatever. Hopefully that's a skimmer, not a carp. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so I'm going to give it another 40 seconds now, and then I'm going to go on to my main pole line where I put the 4 balls of ground bait. Because it's been an hour, I just want to see what's there. I'm still spit spotting baiting just here. end of my keep net sort of thing. Just putting some meat down there, and every now and again I can have a little look on it. I might have a little look on it just before I go out on the pole line, just to see what's going on, see how I feel, how I want to do. So we've got 10 seconds and then it's coming in. I think the feed has been moved now anyway, so that, you know, it's always a worry when you're doing feeder fishing. There we are. I had no indications really on that putting, just the feeder just moved a bit, probably a liner. There's a lot of fish up in the water, it's warm weather, it's deep water, and I think I'm getting lots of liners of carp, but they're not necessarily around the feeder. They're just in the area. I didn't land the carp, he buried me up there because I'm fishing quite light, so I thought, you know, there's no point having a heavy up there. I'm trying to play these carp for ages. They'll come in or they don't. So let's go and have a look over our main line. Although we put casters in, I'm going to try with a red maggot first, because it's usually, you know, if you're going to get a bite off something, it'll be with a red maggot on normally. And if this doesn't produce anything, then I shall start my pellet line up past the pole line. But I haven't started him up yet. Because I can also just go past with this maggot rig first, just to see if there's fish sitting past. If I spook them by putting pellets on the red, then you know, there might be the fish that are backing off this feed. These skimmers know what the crack is with this feed, and they see fish up. They see the feed go in, they know there's being fished for, and sometimes they just sit around it, not going on it. So there we are, folks, just got to the bottom, that's how deep it is, that's just settled. And that's with a very positive sort of, most of the shot down the line sort of rig. And it's not bolted right by the hook, but it is, you know, last third. Oh, it's gone straight away. That's a start. That's a start, isn't it? It's a starter for one. We have a little tiny skim bob. Yes. Not the stamp we're looking for to get a result, but something. There's loads of them down there, that's good. Back on the single maggot again. Actually, that was a pinky. Got some bigger maggots here somewhere. Let's try a big red maggot. A nice big one, this one is. So get the camera rolling for a minute or two. Maybe with a bigger proper maggot on. I forgot them pinkies that we got. They're so big at the moment that they look like maggots. I forgot that I only had the pinkies open. Well, and the maggots, they look like flipping pythons. It's not that bigger baits put them smaller fish off, but let's just see for something better there. Oh, there we are. Oh, that looks very carp-like. Although these big bream, I'll put a lot of this on the account because I'm fishing quite light, and them early bream in the side, they were on number 7 last year, they pulled loads out. I would say this is not a carp. It could be a foul-up bream, or it could be a bream up in the mush. Weird. It could be a carp. Could be a carpy. Not a very big one if it is. I'm not fighting very hard at the moment. No, it's a big bream. It's a nice bream. Anyway, it is foul locked. Just to do something. I thought it was the way shot off. They're down there feeding. Another £2 all day long, isn't it? Maybe that positive amount of feed. You can see that on the camera, that's the pattern. Look, it's quite strung out, just drops in nicely, because those skimmers do, but it's quite positive, big shots. Skimmers do have to follow it coming in. That's a good sign, there's some down there. That's nice. Nice to have some proper silvers in this wouldn't have to be in at Staffordmore for 5 days and not really actually hooking anything this size. It's just nice to hook something a little bit more quality. Which do get on this venue, it's got some quality in this venue. Just tickling it there. I mean, the float's dotted right down, but the lights are very subtle. There's a better one. This time, this one's up in the mouth. You can tell this is just not. You know, as powerful as that last one was. The last one had so much power. See, it was hooked in there. Right guys, it's 12:40, so we are 2 hours and 25 minutes in. Went out on the main line where I put the ground bait balls in, and I've had a couple of skimmers. I think you saw that. And I think I'm on about £12 now, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, hard to judge exactly. I can't get a bite over it, so I've just gone past it a little bit, put some of my pellet in. In fact, 10 minutes gone over that, and not had a sign over that either. So I decided to leave them 2 lines alone. I've topped up the ground bait line, the main ground bait line. I've not caught on it since, so I don't want to put any more in just yet. So I'll have another little quick 10 minutes short on the meat down here where I've still been pinging bait occasionally, just in case. Just in case there's something down here, which it doesn't seem like there is at the moment. But yeah, we've only got one, and they've been big fish, so it's been nice, well worth catching them. I've shot out even more on this just to see if, make sure we're not missing out on fish that are up in the water. It doesn't seem to be the case. Because it's 1:35, so we are 10, 11, 12, 3 hours and 15 minutes, 20 minutes in. Just had another nice skim on this short line. I felt like I've been overfeeding this short line and not feeding it very accurately, so oh, there's a little liner there. So what I've done is kept the feeding much tighter now. I didn't feed it for like a good. I didn't feed it for a good hour, 45 minutes maybe. Just because there's lots of feed down there, and if there were some fish feeding down there, I weren't hooking any, probably because there was too much feed. So I'll sort of let whatever fish were down there clear it up, and then I've just gone back in, tapped in one little tiny cadpot, about 4 or 5 bits of meat in, and just sat over it, and I had a big jumper, about £3, at least £3, could be bigger. And I just missed a bite there whilst I was chatting to you about where we are. So the pole line's a bit further around, not really producing anything. I've just chopped up some worm, which I'm going to put in, cover that up so the sun's drying it for now. I'm going to put some worm out on it in a minute. I'm going to see if I can nick another fish or two from down here first. Got to be patient, he's a big fish, so can't just go around. Some smaller skimmers down there as well, giving me some grief. So I'm just being patient and waiting for some proper indications. These are big fish, they move the float. This is quite a sensitive float, so it moves, you know, it's a fast, sharp, it's not a big movement, but it's a fast, sharp movement, and that's what you've got to hit. Hopefully the wind's not picking up too much noise, the mic's not picking up too much wind noise. You probably won't be seeing this video for quite a while, because I've still got 5 videos to edit for from Stafford Mart recently. Guys, it's 2:15, it's about an hour to go. It's a lovely run. I turned you off because I was fishing short on the meat, and I've had 2 really nice skimmers from there. One pit skimmer about £1, and like 2 really nice roach from there. I just topped it up to give it a little rest, and I put some worm in here about 10 minutes ago. A worm bomb I put in about 10 minutes ago on the ground bait line. So I thought, oh, I'll just try that while I'm letting this rest. So I'm going out there with a big worm head on, I'm not messing about. Catch on it, I want it to be one of the better ones. Hopefully it's not like too much better and turns out to be a carp, obviously, but the wind's calmed down a little bit. We started really nice like it is now, not wind wise, but it was right off our backs, a bit like it is now. And it's turned, got windier to come from the left, which made fishing the long pole a pain in the ass. But that's now eased off, and it's spun back round off our backs again, so it's nice and comfortable sitting out there. So I've put like some chopped worm in, and a nice little hard nugget of it that's gone down to the bottom. Some casters in as well. Not very big, sort of golf ball size, but quite neat bait. The idea being, if there are some fish still on that, out there on that ground bait, I'd like to try and centralise them right under the float. Trouble some worm. Might not want the worm. It's a bit of a gamble, but with this short line working now, to some extent or another, I felt like it was a gamble that was worth a try. I've got £21 on my clicker now. I could be overestimating these bream, or I could be underestimating them. Really hard to know what size they are. I'll hold the float out of the water for a second and let it all settle straight underneath it. Just lower the worm down. See if that gives me a better presentation. So it's dotted right down there, and it's black tipped float. And there could be a carp. Could be a nice bream. I'm hoping it's not a carp. It's a nice bream. I'll find out in a moment. Very much acting like a carp, it's not very deep. It's looking good. It is coming in quite easy. I suspect now that it's a carp. Oh, I don't know. Carp is a small one. It's not a bream. I think it's foul hooked in the tail or something. It's a carp. It's the smallest carp in the lake. Could be an eel. Judging by the way that's wiggling. You've got an eel. These do actually count in the silver, so that's nice. I thought it was something different. I thought it's not strong enough to be a carp, but it's certainly fighting harder than a bream. If we don't get a bite of this pretty quickly, we'll come back down to this meat line, because I've got to make sure I keep it going, this meat line, because it's definitely responded to a bit more bait going in a bit more accurately. Right, I've got lots of problems with the light now, so I'm having to put my hand up to my face, because if that light is reflecting off the water gets in my eye, I can't see anything. She's coming round from my left now. I ain't got my sunglasses with me. I'm going to have to invest in some of them clip-on sunglasses that clip onto your normal glasses. I hope you get a polarising version, and I'm going to get some, I think. Keeping my tackle box rather than keep bringing my nice glasses out fishing with me. I always forget anyway. It's now right on the spot where the bait's been going in. So in its swing, I've got most of the shot halfway up the rig, and I've just got a couple of shot that just let this just swing down then. So it's just looking for positive indications. We've been catching nice roach and nice bream down here. We don't want is any carp, and now we're getting on to the last hour. We might be, we're well into the last hour now, and we might be getting carp now. If I can get, I think this is where I should be finishing my match in this line. An opportunity to put another £10 in the bag in the last hour here. Little indication there, little lift. Oh dear. I think that's definitely a carp.